Hello everyone, I am Deepika, working as an assistant professor in RPIIT Technical and Medical Campus, Bastada, Karnal. Today we will discuss about recrystallization. First, introduction to recrystallization. Recrystallization is a technique that used to purify solid compounds. Solid compounds की प्योरीफिकेशन करने के लिए जिस टेक्निक का हम यूज़ करते हैं उसे बोलते हैं रिक्रिस्टलाइजेशन. Recrystallization is based on the principles of solubility. Compounds, solutes tend to be more soluble in hot liquid, that is solvents, than they are in cold liquids. If a saturated hot solution is allowed to cool, the solute is no longer soluble in the solvent and forms crystal of pure compound. Impurities are excluded from the growing crystals and the pure solid crystals can be separated from the dissolved impurity by filtration. Types of impurities which are removed by the recrystallization process. फर्स्ट इज़ इनसोल्यूबल मटेरियल. जो इनसोल्यूबल मटेरियल है रिक्रिस्टलाइजेशन के थ्रू हम उसको रिमूव कर सकते हैं. एंटी बम्पिंग ग्रैन्यूल्स, पीस ऑफ फिल्टर पेपर, traces of drying agents, grit, hair and other materials which may have been present in the starting chemicals. Small quantities of unreacted starting chemicals and or byproducts from side reactions or other isomers. Very small amounts of colored byproduct resulting from oxidation or polymerization of the chemical used. So these are the impurities which can be removed by recrystallization process. नीड ऑफ रिक्रिस्टलाइजेशन, इसकी ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ती है? सॉलिड कंपाउंड सिंथेसाइज्ड इन द ऑर्गेनिक लैबोरेटरी यूजुअली need to be purified before final confirmation tests are performed. One of the most commonly used technique to purify a sample is recrystallization followed by vacuum filtration. Solvent for recrystallization. The solute particles are generally insoluble in cold solvent but soluble in the hot solvent. The solvent should be volatile enough to be removed by evaporation. The solvent should not react with the substance to be purified. Solubility of organic compounds is a function of polarities pF. Both the solvent and solute like dissolve, like polar solvent dissolve polar solutes, non-polar solvents dissolve non-polar solutes. Compounds with functional groups that can form hydrogen bonds, that is OH bond, NH, COOH, CONH, will be more soluble in hydroxyl, that is polar solvents such as methanol and water. Ideal properties of solvent. Should dissolve all the compound when solvent is hot. जब वो बॉयल हो रहा है उसमें सारे कंपाउंड्स जो हैं वो डिज़ोल्व होने चाहिए. Should dissolve none of the compound when solvent is at temperature. Should have lower boiling point than the melting point of the compound. Should have different solubilities for the compound and the impurities. Should be cheap, non-toxic, non-reactive and non-smelly. General procedure for recrystallization. Select a suitable solvent. सबसे पहले हमने solvent को select करना है. Dissolve the impure solid in minimum amount of warm solvent. ठीक है, सबसे पहले हमें क्या करना है, solvent का जो मिनिमम अमाउंट लेना है उसमें impure solid को dissolve करना है. When the impure solid has completely dissolved, filter the heated solution. Evaporate a portion of the solvent to bring it to the point of saturation. solvent हमने select कर लिया, उसकी small quantity में हमने solid जो impure है उसको dissolve कर लिया. उसके बाद जब वो कम्प्लीटली उसमें डिज़ोल्व हो जाए देन फ़िल्टर करना है हीटेड सॉल्यूशन को। उसके बाद उसमें से जो सॉल्वेंट उसमें रहता है उसको इवेपोरेट करना है फॉर देयर सैचुरेशन। देन कूल द सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन, जो सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन है उसको कूल करना है टू रिड्यूस सॉल्युबिलिटी, क्रिस्टलाइजेशन सेट्स इन। देन आइसोलेट द सॉलिड बाय फिल्ट्रेशन, फिल्टर करेंगे सॉलिड को। देन ड्राई द क्रिस्टल्स। सो इट्स द जनरल प्रोसीजर फॉर recrystallization. Thank you. Have a nice day.